said it's only money. Oh, he ain't got it.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. You know, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Florida, Texas, and New York. So you know if you're located in one of those locations, make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They will also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. As you know, I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Cam and Mase.
What's up?
What's up? You ready?
I'm ready.
Good. Any excuses tonight, Roy?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Well, you know who is ready? Colorado and Colorado State. If there wasn't already a rivalry between the two, more fuel has just been added to the fire. Colorado State head coach took a shot at Deion and said, "When I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and glasses off. That's what my mother taught me." Deion has since responded and said it was going to be a great task, a battle of Colorado, but they done messed around and made it personal. Thoughts?
Yeah. And you know what happened when it becomes personal.
I was there last week when it was personal.
Personal.
I was there for the original personal. You see what happened to them niggas, B.
Yeah. I think this game, Colorado versus Colorado State, they're gonna end up blowing them out. I got Colorado.
That was crazy, but God.
Yeah, I'm starting the show off. I wanted to lighten the air. Pause. What do you think?
You won't stop. Bet is one of these today. I bet. Look, man, I was usually going to rant about this shit, but look, homie, look. My thing is this: do you really want attention? That's what I think you're looking for is attention. Because why the fuck would you even say some shit like this? What I'm gonna say is this: is that he might be talking about Deion's mother. you sit there and say, "My mother taught me this." What did your mother teach you? Now it becomes extra
now
personal.
It's super personal.
Now I don't know if he meant, but I want to throw that in the air, Deion, in case he tried to get at the family like that. And now what's going to happen is this. I wish Deion had enough time. Because, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he do. Who knows his connections or anything else? But you know me, I would have to go to China and make a couple calls. That's what my manufacturer is. But imagine when you walk into the stadium, they had the hats and the Deion shades for $10.
Yeah.
They'll make a quick 1.9 real quick. Now what's going to happen? The whole stadium.
Merchandise.
Yeah. It would be crazy if you thought about it. They're going to moving forward, I bet you they have the Deion shits you come in to be able to buy. Now what's going to happen? The whole stadium is going to have on hats and glasses because this is what you asked for, homeboy. You asked for this, my nigga, and you're stupid. I don't really know you that well, but you're dumb. Because why would you give them more motivation besides the motivation that they already got?
They already got a chip on their shoulder. Why would you turn that over to Deion, who's the super motivator? He's going to use, this is exactly what they needed in order to win the game.
Did you see what Deion posted?
No, I didn't exactly.
The nigga Deion posted, so he comes on the field, he's like, once again, niggas made this personal.
Yeah.
And he didn't even finish. The whole team he said, what is this now? Personal.
It's personal.
They done went out and made it personal. So at the end of the clip, Deion got the coach face, and they zooming in on the coach face, and in the background, the song is playing. Every other city we go, every other place we go, I see the same hoes. You gotta love Deion. Deion called the nigga a hoe without calling the nigga a hoe.
Yeah.
He said, you hoe
I gotta
ass
buy
nigga.
a cowboy hat for that.
Yo, fam, the nigga said, every other city we go, I see the same hoes, nigga. Yo, how you don't fuck with Deion, nigga? How you call this man a hoe without calling him a hoe? Nigga's like, yo, I just was playing the song that I thought related to the situation. I fuck with Deion, you dumbass. And secondly, and this has nothing to do with Deion and the new culture over there in Colorado, but the one game that they did win last year
Yeah.
was against these niggas. Like,
So if they was going to pause, win against anybody, this would be the time they win. But they made it super awkward.
yeah, no, I'm saying, Dion program only won one game last year.
Yeah.
This the one game they beat these niggas. Like, yo, you dumbass. Yo, my nigga. I'll be there with my sunglasses and my hat.
He was trolling.
Yeah, well, troll's gonna get trolled.
Yeah.
Bully's gonna get bullied.
Yeah, you play a dummy game, you get a dummy prize.
There you go. But I would definitely be there in my sunglasses. I'm gonna try and find the shits Dion be wearing and all that shit. And I'll be on the sideline laughing, pointing, smiling, waving goodbye when it's time for y'all to get off the field. Good luck, my nigga.
That'll be hilarious. Okay, so as we know, only the first week of the NFL regular season has passed.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, Bills, Bengals, and Giants all lost their first game. Which loss was the most surprising to you?
Definitely the Chiefs. Nobody expected the Chiefs to lose. They don't have Kelce wasn't playing. Defensive lineman who just signed the new deal wasn't playing. Chris and everybody thinks Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes could just make magic happen, which they usually do. So if I had to say the most surprising, I would say the Chiefs. If I'm going to go with the most surprising play, I would say Joe Burrow's not having even 100 yards. Like, that was kind of crazy, but, he laid off in the preseason. He wasn't really playing that well. And I think he'll bounce back this week. That's one of the games I'm looking forward to this week. The Bengals and the Ravens, I'm really looking forward to that game. See if Lamar Jackson gets back in the room. He didn't have a bad game last week. He didn't have any throwing touchdowns. He had an interception. I think he had 30-something yards rushing, 154 yards passing, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm looking forward to that game. But the most surprising is I'm going to say the Chiefs. Nobody really gave a fuck if the Giants won or not.
Yeah. I think the most interesting loss was the Bills. The Bills, because you would think if Aaron Rodgers goes out, this should be the easiest game for them to win. Then when you think about them going to overtime, then you think about them keeping the game close. It was just a lapse on the Bills' part. I think that was the most you expect to lose if Aaron Rodgers is there or it being a close game. But for them to lose and then the punt return, that's just a total letdown on their behalf.
I would say maybe I agree with you, but I think that Josh Allen had a terrible game.
Yeah, the 3 interceptions.
Yeah. But the Jets are very good on defense.
Yeah.
Even last year, they was very, very good on defense. It looked like they improved from last year to this year on defense. And then their head coach is a defensive specialist. That's what he does. They brought him. He's a defensive coordinator before he was a head coach. So they pride themselves on defense. That was the fact that they even brought Aaron Rodgers in because they like, okay, cool, we got somebody who kind of know what's going on for the last however many years he's been playing in the NFL. So only reason I'm disagreeing with you is because the Jets' defense is good, but the way Josh Allen played was definitely terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking solely when after the 4 plays and then Aaron Rodgers goes out, the whole stadium is thinking the whole season is over. Just things like that go through the mind, and to think that they still won the game against a real good opponent. That's why I say on my part.
Yep.
Good points. Okay. Bucks quarterback Baker Mayfield reveals he found out the Vikings' defensive signals during their game. The Bucks, of course, won that game, and Baker said he doesn't feel like he did was cheating. What do you think?
Bill Belichick been doing that shit for years.
Yeah, what they call it, Spygate?
Watergate, Watergate, Deflategate, the Spikegate. Bill Belichick got all type of gates against him. You know what I'm saying? The gate game is crazy with Bill Belichick. I think, look, man, I'm not really that big of a Baker Mayfield fan. And because, he's very humble now. The nigga came in here cocky, paused as fuck. When he first got in the league, that nigga was arrogant as fuck. NFL humbled that nigga very, very fast. But I don't think that's cheating. If you niggas keep doing this, and then niggas go in second coverage that he's looking at, like, every time they do this, they do that. Well, every time nigga do this, They going to a different coverage. If he learned that and y'all niggas signals ain't that good, is that Baker Mayfield's fault? Now, he ain't doing no Bill Belichick shit. Like Bill Belichick being
Sneaking
niggas.
your practice.
Sneaking your practice. He'll be in your practice with the camcorder and all that shit. You know, deflate the football pause to about 12.3 so Tom Brady can throw it better. Those are real scandals. If Baker Mayfield learned y'all niggas codes and gang signs and what y'all throwing up throughout the game, I don't think that's Baker Mayfield's fault. So more power to Baker Mayfield. I think it's actually smart.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I agree with Cam on that.
Yeah.
I agree too. The only thing is, if I was Baker Mayfield, I probably wouldn't have told anybody. I probably would have just kept going and been like, yo, these are the signs.
That's a great
like,
point.
Yeah, he
why
probably
would you
should
tell
have
everybody
saved
that
it.
you know the signals? Keeping the signals
That's
in
a
play.
great point, but this is back to what I was saying about Baker Mayfield. He's a very cocky player, pause. And right now, he doesn't have the cachet to be cocky because his career in the NFL so far, so at the end of the day, he can't control himself. Y'all figured niggas out. Niggas thought they had somebody. Niggas doing this all day. Act like I wasn't gonna read shit. That's part of his cocky shit coming out. So that's a great point, Stat, because if you was smart, you would have just shut the fuck up.
Keep going.
You don't think he wanted to take the light away from Kelce and Taylor Swift?
We'll definitely get into that.
Right.
We don't even know about this yet.
Okay, let's go on.
Okay, let us know if you think what Baker Mayfield did was cheating. And when we come back, we will talk about the upcoming 49ers versus Rams game. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free. Why am I in this woman way free?
Welcome back. So let's get into our underdog fantasy picks of the day. This Sunday, the 49ers will play the Rams. Underdog Fantasy has Brock Purdy at 226.5 passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower?
What do you got?
I'm going to say that he's going to go lower. I think that Shanahan got him on a game management system. Not saying he ain't a good quarterback, but they got him on a leash, pause. So last week he had 220 yards. I think he's going to average about 210 to 220 yards this season. If he has an exceptional game and they feel him good, pause, I think that Shanahan will let him go. But right now, I think he's a great quarterback. Still hasn't lost as a professional when he plays a full game. But I'm going to go lower than the 226 until they feel 100% that they trust him. I'm not saying that they don't trust him now because obviously he's the starting quarterback and they traded the second string for him, but I'm just going to go lower because I think he's more in game management.
I got people that told me everything. I'm going higher.
Okay.
No explanation needed.
You got people.
I'm in Vegas.
Yeah. You the nigga that know the nigga that know the nigga. Okay, that's fine with me. We'll see.
Okay. Christian McCaffrey's at 69.5 receiving yards. Do you have him higher or lower?
Going higher.
How many yards?
69.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, you gotta go higher.
Christian McCaffrey?
Yes.
I'm going lower.
Does he know something?
He must know something. Look, last week he had receiving yards. He had let me see right here. I was looking into this earlier. I think he had 17 yards receiving. He had 154 yards rushing. That's a lot of yards for a running back. So I'm definitely going low. I'm not saying he can't catch the ball and run. I think when he gets open space, he's great. But for a running back, that's a lot of yards. So I'm going to go low.
Okay. And lastly, on the Rams side, Matthew Stafford is at 33.5 passing attempts. Do you have him higher or lower?
Higher.
I'm gonna go higher. Last week he threw 38 passes. He didn't have any touchdowns or any interceptions. Still had over 300 yards. I think it worked for them. They won, and I think that he'll definitely throw over be higher. I don't want to use the wrong language, underdog. You know, I make sure my language is right fucking with underdog, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to go higher. It's about the same thing, average of what he threw last week, and he had over 300 yards. So I'm going to go higher as well.
Okay. So make sure to download the Underdog Fantasy app, and you guys can put in your picks as well. Okay, on the topic of the 49ers versus Rams game, this game will make NFL history by being the first meeting between a quarterback chosen first overall in the NFL draft and a quarterback chosen last overall. So who do you got?
Excuse me. I don't want to give up all my secrets that I got from Vegas. So let Cam go first.
I'm doing a lot of go first today. Sound like the secrets ain't reliable. I don't know, Bo. What you think about these secrets that sounding sketchy, man? Listen, what I'll say is this, like we was just talking about earlier, Brock Purdy's a great game manager, and I'm not saying that he's not a great quarterback. I would like to see him just do what the fuck he want to do, but I can't front Shanahan's system is so fucking great. You know, they just haven't got over the hump pause to win a Super Bowl, but I believe his system is advanced. I think he's very smart. I think that he knows what he's doing, and he puts Brock Purdy in great scenarios. But Matt Stafford, he left the Lions, won a Super Bowl his first year with the Rams, got hurt last year, so we don't really know what the Rams were going to do. I think it's a great matchup. If I had to pick somebody as far as playing better, I'm going to go with Stafford over Purdy. I don't know if they're going to win the game, but if we're picking quarterbacks to do better, I'm going to go with Stafford because I think that they trust Stafford a little more to where I think they'll scream the fuck on Brock Purdy if he do something that's not in the system. One of them says, who told you the fuck to do that? We put you in this position because you listen. Shut the fuck up and do what we say, as opposed to Matthew Stafford reading coverage and being like, I heard what you said, but I see this. I see that. I won a Super Bowl. Chill out. So I'm going with Matthew Stafford to have a better game.
I'm going, I don't want to go with what they're giving me, pause, because I think they're trying to give me the wrong information. So I got.
Who is they, brother? Like, who is they? Like, what is this they shit?
I got people in Vegas that tells me. That tells me things, you know?
Listen, look, one of my best friends in Vegas,
yeah.
I watched him consecutively lose. He out there all weekend. He won too, but he lost. So the people that you're working with, I'm not saying that they don't know, but it's not a guarantee.
Yeah, it's not. They're giving me inside information.
Who is they, bro? Who is they?
Cam, I can't give out all my sources.
This nigga with the they shit is wild, bro. They is wild. They is crazy, actually.
I'm just telling you what I have written down because I got inside information.
What thing? What ethnicity are they?
They who know don't tell. Those who tell don't know. I can tell you this.
That don't matter.
San Fran should win the game. San Fran should win the game.
That's not being clear cut. Everything is like sketchy with you. They should. So then if they don't win, you're going to say, Cam, I said they should.
San Fran is going to win the game.
Okay.
San Fran is going to win the game.
Did they give you an exact score?
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to give out all my information. Then I'll be under investigation.
Say no more. Oh, you fucking with Sam Rothstein in them. You fucking with Rothstein in them.
Yeah, white shirt, white tie.
All right, say no more.
So listen, they're playing without their wide receivers, so I definitely don't think they're gonna win. The Rams gonna win. And when I think about it, Stafford is going to be running for his life against the defense. That's why I got him running all through the stadium trying to get away.
Question was, Murder, who's going to play better out of the quarterback?
Purdy is going to run.
You're going to go with Purdy? He's going
to play better because he got more weapons.
Okay.
And he got more weapons than he had against the Steelers, so he's going to be ready.
I hear that. I mean, is Nick Bosa playing? If Bosa's playing, that's a good point. I don't know if he was hurt or not. I love Bosa, but Purdy 220 yards. Matthew Stafford 334 first week.
No, I get
Super
that.
Bowl champion.
San Francisco defense is going to be too much for Stafford.
Let's see. I'm not
shout
mad at
out
that.
and shout out to the Twins out there in San Francisco.
That's part of they.
Yeah.
The Twins part of the they.
Yeah. I got people in San Francisco.
Who's the Twins?
I can't tell you everything I got.
Who's the Twins, Murder? You're very vague. Like, who's the Twins?
They know.
Okay.
The people who are watching.
What's up, Twins?
What's up, Twins? And the coach, you know, he reached out, so they gave me a little bit of information.
Which coach?
From San Fran.
They have a bunch of variety of coaches. You talking about Kyle Shanahan reached out?
I don't want to give up their names.
Okay, say no more. This is this is not an indictment, right?
Yeah,
You're doing a sports show.
The future it can be. You know?
Is that deep? You gambling on it? Underdog, you taking this job serious?
people want answers.
Right.
I gotta be able to tell them what they need to know. You know,
say no more.
Well, guess what we'll have to find out. Okay. Jason Kelce is one of the highest paid centers in the league, yet he had to pay $50,000 to get Super Bowl seats for his family to watch him play. The NFL hands out a limited number of free tickets, but does this seem fair?
if you get to, I mean, from me, if you get to the Super Bowl, you should be able to bring as many people as you, especially at the caliber that he's playing. I don't think his brother paid for all those tickets. But, you know,
not as good as his brother.
He definitely probably feels a way about that. If we're at the Super Bowl and you tell me I got to pay for tickets, that might throw my game.
I think that the way that I'm agreeing with Mase as well, but I don't know about throwing his game off, but might be motivation. What I say is that I think the NFL is like, you're playing against your fucking brother. We got your mother in here. You got your father in here.
Yeah, who you need tickets for?
Yeah, who you need? How many mothers and fathers do y'all niggas got,
point,
man? Y'all
right?
niggas got the same family, right? How many tickets? Look, we took care of the first cousins, the aunties, uncles, nephews.
Yeah.
Now you telling me you need an additional 15, 20 tickets? Listen, ain't y'all niggas got the same parents? How many tickets does one family need?
Yeah, he got 13, what was it, 13 tickets?
I don't know how many tickets it was, but that's another thing. What I think is too, I have no idea how this works. I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
this
brothers and sisters, mother, father. You don't need a ticket for your brother because he's playing.
Yeah, exactly.
So then there's his wife, your 2 kids, his 2 kids. You still got all the tickets.
Yeah,
unless you bring in cousins and aunties,
side bitches.
So I will say, Travis Kelce is single, so it would be just him, and then Jason Kelce has his wife and I think 2 kids. So like, mind you, the kids are like very, very, very young. They're having to pay a couple $1,000s. Mind you, they don't even really know what's going on.
You got that inside family knowledge right there. What I say is this though. I mean, I don't know, and this is all speculation. They might have gave him tickets, but they may not have liked the tickets they were giving them. They may have been nosebleeds. Like, yo, you got my family up in section 2027. and
Z89.
Yeah, exactly. So they may not have been happy with the tickets he was given, but 50,000 is a lot. So if you pay 50, I don't know how many tickets, if it's 13 or whatever, that rounds out to what, about 4,000 some change, or a little less than $5,000 a ticket if it's 13 tickets like Mase said. So you want to be, I mean, Super Bowl tickets probably crazy. So I just think they may have gave him some nosebleeds. He's like, fuck my nigga, who gonna see me, man? I'm on defense as it is. Get my family a little closer.
Yeah.
Or my bitches or my hoes or whoever I'm bringing.
I remember one time we was in Tampa. I think we paid about $7,500, and we was all the way paused at the top. So,
oh shit is, why would you pay that much when you're from Florida? Then they know that.
I didn't pay. Somebody paid for me.
They paid. They paid.
I thought we had good seats until we got in there, and then the jet went. Whoosh, and it went.
You felt the heat.
I said, "Yo, these are the wrong tickets." But then when I looked at the ticket, it was for a good amount.
Right.
But I'm thinking those tickets, you got to give them better tickets, and you got to give them more tickets. I mean, he brought you to the.
NFL said the show goes on. Dance or not. Who knows if you're going to be here next year? So it is what it is.
And he must really love his family when I thought about it, because I don't know if I'm paying $50,000 for everybody ticket. Well, especially after 13, because 13 should be the people you really like. But he's Caucasian. Maybe he loves his whole family.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, and that's a good point.
That's
Caucasian.
A good point.
Yeah, it is
y'all
a good,
laughing.
Yeah, I'm not
Everybody
laughing.
don't like their whole family.
No,
I got family members I used to speak to in about 20-some years. So
You definitely ain't giving 50 up for them.
I mean, and but also they get bonuses each game they play in the playoffs. Maybe you looked at it like that, like, I'll take a little third of what I'm making in the Super Bowl and throw it towards the tickets.
But that's the truth. His family is probably a better family. I don't know past 20 people in a family that you'll spend $50,000.
See, the whole thing with Treasure, she doesn't understand. She has a mother and a father, which is great. That's growing up now. We have those.
Shout out mom and dad.
Yeah. See, now I'm a great father because my father was all smoking angel dust when I was born. So at the end of the day, all my niggas is great fathers because half of us ain't have fathers.
Yeah, for real.
So Treasure's from the era
she don't
of
understand.
having two parents in the home. And not saying it wasn't going on when we was growing up, but I know niggas in Harlem where they father will walk right past them and shit. I seen it happen. So when Mase is talking about,
Treasure.
so
I met my father in a casket. That was the first time I ever saw him at his funeral.
Right. I mean, see, the thing is, I grew up with my father, and he started getting high when I was like 2 or 3 years old. So I see baby pictures. I don't remember him. The first time I remember my father, I was shooting in the park at like 8 or 9 years old. And somebody tried to correct my form. She's like, yo, listen here, little man. You need to bring your wrist in. Yo, who you, Pops? Yeah, I'm Pops. And then my uncle, get the fuck away from that nigga. You ain't nigga. I'm like, that's my father. He's like, yeah, bum ass nigga. My uncle had to get my father out of there. Like, it was a whole crazy shit. So what Mase is talking about is not far-fetched.
Yeah, that's true. I met my father when I went to his funeral in Jacksonville. And there was like 3 other kids there named Mase. I was like the third one when I walked in there. Everybody was looking like, what he's doing in this church? They didn't realize I was their brother. So it'd be crazy.
You the original, you the famous Mase.
Yeah.
And your father was like, no disrespect, it's like George Foreman. His
had
kids.
3 other kids named Mase.
Mm-hmm. The disrespect.
The disrespect.
Yeah, disrespect, man. It's crazy, man.
Right. Well, also, on the topic of the Kelce brothers, it's reported that Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce might be dating Taylor Swift. He revealed he tried to shoot her shot at her at one of her concerts, and he said he was butthurt. He didn't get to hand her a bracelet he made for her. What are your thoughts on the rumor?
Butthurt is crazy, Perf. We're going to start with that. Wow. Watch your mouth, man.
That was
But that's part of the ethnicity.
Yeah.
You know, that they use those type of... Butthurt is wild, man. But
I don't even know, how do you use that in your language? Like, what were you trying to say?
Yeah, if you say that shit on Lennox, niggas might smack fire out you. Yo, they gonna definitely see if you police if you say you butthurt on Lennox Ave. Niggas say that nigga police. They walking away from you. But back to the topic. I mean, look, man. Travis Kelce's I think he's the if he's not the best tight end pause in football right now, he's definitely the most popular. Since Gronk left, he has a lot of personality. He has a podcast. He does commercials. Taylor Swift is just, America's sweetheart. Maybe she want a little roughneck, I guess, so to speak. I guess that's her version of a little roughneck saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know what to talk about with this.
Yeah, me neither.
Who would Taylor Swift date though? Like, she ain't gonna pop up with Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
that would be hilarious.
That would be super
she was lit
hilarious.
at the VMAs. If you guys saw the clips of her dancing,
she could have went Post Malone, right?
I like Post. That's my nigga. Post, what up, Posty? That's my nigga. Post Malone from New York too, Syracuse.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what the fuck to say about it. People gonna fuck. Like, yo, you gotta find somebody to fuck.
No, she's supposed to be Christian.
So that means she can't fuck before she get married?
She's not supposed to be.
So Travis Kelce can't get no pussy before he get married.
Remember Russell Wilson?
That's why I'm making a correlation.
Yeah.
So, yo, Travis, let me ask you this shit real quick. Let me ask you this shit. And no disrespect to Christianity.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing that view to the table.
Right,
She's supposed to be a believer, so
So Travis, are you
She's
willing to
not going to
wait
be doing that.
for Taylor Swift pussy until y'all get married to fuck her because she's a superstar of superstars?
And
That's-
she's a Christian.
And she's a Christian, no disrespect to Christianity. Like I said, this isn't no disrespect to any religion because if you're Muslim, you got 4 or 5 wives. Everybody has different religions, so I don't disrespect anybody's religion. I'm just asking, and I may be wrong, I only go off the personality that I see on TV. You don't look like you willing to wait for no pussy. I'm just saying, you look like one of them white boys to be like, yo, nigga, what's popping, what's shaking, this bitch fucking and not. And I don't mean that towards Taylor Swift. I'm just saying that's the aura you give off. So the question is not for us.
Yeah,
it's
not
for Travis
us.
Kelce. And if you want to wait till you get married to get the pussy, more blessings to you. No disrespect. I'm just asking. Would you? I said no disrespect. Yo, I can't. Respectfully, no disrespect. The question is for you, Travis. Are you willing to wait for that cat?
That's probably why he never gave her the friendship bracelet.
I mean, if you want to be friends, cool. Now look,
because he didn't want the terms.
He wanted. But see, should get too crazy with me. I don't want to get too crazy. But the end of the day, let me tell you something. And I'm talking about as teenagers and growing up, not married, Mase. I'm talking about, look, niggas ain't got time for, we your friend, that shit 4 days, yo. Start doing nice shit, opening doors, bringing you food, yo, acting like we like TV shows that we don't like. That's funny. And then lay on your lap a little bit, like, start falling asleep like this, lean down, try and touch the pussy, just throw your hand away. Like, that's the friendship, and then after a while it gets tiring. So I don't know how long the friendship thing lasts. Like, I seen this shit the other day. I seen a meme.
Yeah.
And it was like, shorty, it was a meme of me when I was in Paid in Full. And it was like, it said, shorty at dinner started talking about that 90-day rule. It's like no rice, no champagne, no nothing. For a 90-day rule, yo, what century is this? They still do. Look, for me, and like I said, I have to say this real quick. No disrespect to any religion, and all jokes aside, no religion or no what you believe in, anything. Just me personally, I think sex is very important when it comes to a relationship. And to get whacked dick paws, to get whacked pussy, after you really genuinely like somebody is a fucking downer, yo. Like, damn, this bitch, this nigga, even vice versa, is cool as fuck. We like the same thing. We finish each other's sentences. We fucking like the same movies, all this shit. And then you go in there, and then shit dry. You try to hit it from the back. She got the cat back shit arched up like this. You trying to push her shit down. You trying to get her arch right. She ain't arching her back right. Shit, yo, that's a fucking blow, yo. Pause. That shit is fucked up, yo. So I'm sorry, Murder, if you had something to chime in about. But I really believe sex is important because what happens is this. And this little sis, I can't even ask. I wish there was a female here to ask. But I asked a female this about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You got the greatest guy in the world. He buys you shit. He makes sure your bills is paid. Y'all genuinely have fun with each other. Mm-hmm. You go places, but the sex is whack. But then you got this nigga who treats you like shit, talk to you nasty, all crazy, but he fucked the shit out you, and you like, damn, I'm very satisfied. What you want? Now you could go with this nice nigga, but you sexually frustrated. So now you're gonna sneak off once in a while, and is that fair to the nice guy? Sorry, Murd, I didn't mean to be long-winded about this shit.
That's good. You gave a lot to think about on the other side of that. So what I'm gonna try to do is balance what he just said and give the other argument on the other side. All right.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to hear this shit. I'm very curious. Yeah.
So on the other side, for Taylor Swift or any woman like Taylor Swift, the purpose of making them wait, and this is the Christian philosophy,
right,
is that you're teaching him how to be faithful to you. So if you never taught him how to be faithful to you, then you can't expect something you didn't train. That's the one thing. And then the second thing about it that I was thinking about from where you were saying it is that, and this is something that hardly ever happened, but when it does happen, let's say two people were both virgins and they got together. Like, I wasn't a virgin. Somebody else is not a virgin. But if two virgins get together, they don't know it's whack.
Right.
They're actually teaching each other how to please. So that's the opposite of that. But most people ain't got time for that. But that's the other argument.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I'll use the virgin scenario. Y'all teaching each other how to please each other.
Yeah.
Right. And which is dope because you don't know it's whack. You slip up and cheat, which is against your religion, and you find out shit been whack. Like, yo, this bitch had this white. I've been in that. Now you and I was like this eating dinner. Word. This is just what I've been subjected to. So you're not supposed to cheat.
That's a good question.
Right.
Then according to Christianity, that means you didn't teach her right. Because if you taught her right, then all she would know how to do is how to do it the way you like it.
Right.
Is that
no,
good?
Everything you're saying is making 100% sense. But what if your wife ain't flexible and you want to put her back in? You like, oh, and that ain't her fault. That ain't got nothing to do with religion. That's just her. Being, you want to put her shit back in and you ain't know. That ain't about not teaching you right. You like, because you may not even cheat. You know what I do watch is a lot of people who don't cheat, and I watch, not that I know them, I watch it on television, and their wife even gets mad that they watch porn.
Yeah.
And they're faithful. And so now, it isn't like when we grew up and you throwing in a VHS tape or whatever and all this other shit. That shit on your phone. So you see a joint, legs all crazy. You like, you try to do that with your wife. She's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
My hip.
Yeah, exactly. So I love to hear this point of view because there's so many. We go back and forth on this for days, but I like that you taught me this because I really don't know. And when I talk about this, I'm not being facetious or any disrespectful or anything like that. These are questions that I like to know and I like to learn things.
Well, both interesting takes. So let us know your thoughts on Travis Kelce and Taylor. And when we come back, we will talk about the Bills reporter who got caught up speaking about Stefon Diggs. We'll be right back.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free. Why am I here? This woman wanna be free. Hell, I don't wanna see her walk away. I wish somebody told me the rules. Disagreements let her win, and it's cool. Even when I'm right, this ain't about.
Welcome back. A Buffalo Bills team reporter made comments about Stefon Diggs and didn't realize her mic was still on. She said he'll look me right in my face and say, F you. That's how he treats everybody. She has since apologized, but Stefon responded and said her comments were very hurtful and that it was an insult to his character and how he was raised. He also said this is an example of why people don't want to deal with the media. So first, what are your thoughts on her comments? And then what do you think about his response?
First, let me ask you this. Do you have a name?
Of the
lady?
Yeah, I'll search it up.
And is she an African American?
She is not.
All right. That's the first thing we have to set up. That she's not African American, so she has the complexion for the protection. So we know that however this goes, before I even know anything about what's truly going on, is not going to be handled correctly. Now, Roger Goodell always talks about he wants to create that diversity and all of these things. Here goes a prime opportunity for him to make this right and to get involved. What do you think, Kim?
I think you couldn't have said it any better. I have no argument whatsoever. I think that it's almost like the topic, excuse me, that we talked about yesterday is, and I'm just using the correlation, it's almost like you apologize and you have no proof behind it. What's your penalty? Remember we was talking about it yesterday, like, what's your penalty, even though we erased it or whatever, like, what's your penalty as a reporter to make these false accusations, try to defame my character, and then have no proof behind it? Are you going to get suspended from the locker room for a couple games? Do you have to get reported? Like,
do you have to pay a fine?
Right, exactly.
Can we expect her to pay a fine? Can we expect anything to happen that would happen to us?
Right, exactly.
What would happen to Treasure if she was in the locker room for it is what it is, and she just said a F-bomb in front of everybody? What would they say?
Exactly. I totally agree. I absolutely 100% agree.
They call us niggers.
Yeah.
Unprofessional.
Right.
All of that. And that's what she's doing. I think she's just upset that she got caught.
I agree with you. And what I will say is this. I don't know the whole scenario or why she would even say that, but it sounds like she ain't get something she wanted to get.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's an interview, whether it's a text back, whether it's a DM back, whether you ain't like the bitch she walked in with that day, whatever it is, it sounds like this is personal.
Yeah, that sounds personal.
It sounds
Dion personal.
Dion voice. It sounds personal. So I really don't even want. You said it. I couldn't have said it any better. So I definitely just co-sign.
Yeah, Maddie, we're gonna need you to be very much more professional and have some integrity when you're doing this job, because we expect more of you. And it is what it is. Absolutely.
And secondly, what's your sources? Because you said that's how he is. Who told you that's how he is? And not only that, they told
Maybe
you.
she's talking to they too.
Yeah, so, what's your sources? And secondly, who did he do this to that you have this knowledge? So I don't even want to add on. I think Mase said it perfectly.
Good points. Especially in the media, it's our duty to make sure athletes are comfortable.
Hold on.
Him even...
Okay.
Hey, yo, that's super pause, yo. That's crazy, yo.
Superman pause.
Yo, that was crazy, yo. I hope we got that on tape. Yo, do we got... Put that... You got it on this camera. You got it. That's pause, Nick. That's crazy.
Too. What I was saying is, in the media, it is our job to make sure athletes are comfortable. So him even coming back and saying this is why people don't want to deal with the media. This is why so many athletes and stuff are creating their own podcasts. And it's like, we're supposed to have that connection. So it's good that she apologized, but those comments shouldn't even have been said in the first place. Okay, moving along. Former NFL reporter Jim Trotter is filing a lawsuit against the league. He also cited Bills owner Terry Pegula for acts of discrimination. He notes the owner said, if the black players don't like it here, they should go back to Africa and see how bad it is. Pegula has denied the claim.
Oh,
so this is speculations, but what are your thoughts on the claim?
I think that'll trigger a whole team right there.
Yeah. That's
whether it's true or not, just hearing it.
So the guy who made the accusations, did he used to play for them?
He was a reporter.
Okay.
Yes, but he used to be a part of the NFL network.
Yeah.
But see, I have a problem with no evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing with the previous topic we just talked about. Look, that's some harsh shit, and I don't know if it's personal. Well, I'm not saying he didn't say it, because we don't know if he said it or not. There's no proof he said. I can't think off the head, homie who for the Clippers they banned for life.
Stern.
Yeah, Donald Stern.
Donald Stern.
You heard him.
Yeah.
You heard him say, you with that nigga Magic.
All the things Magic is done.
Yeah, exactly.
Magic's still a nigga.
Yeah, nigga Magic. And he's sick and he got this. You actually heard that. So you like, nah, you fucking violating my nigga. And Adam Silver handled that properly because you heard it. These are allegations, and sometimes we don't know people's personal intent. So that's very harsh to throw on somebody who has a predominantly black team. I don't even say predominantly, they have a lot of black players on the team. So now you trying to turn your team against him. We don't know their personal relationship or their history. So I can't, those accusations are real harsh. That is real. I don't know how Roger Goodell will handle it, but you see what happened to the nigga Donald Stern. in the NBA. So I don't want to say what happened or didn't happen because there's no proof behind it. Right now, it's he say, she say.
I really like what Cam Killer is saying right now, because to me, as a partner, when we talk about it is what it is and being responsible journalists, that it's important that we never take somebody's word without evidence, and it doesn't merit us to even talk long about something without the evidence, because we'll just be going along with hearsay and building complaints. And I hardly like to listen to anyone that makes a complaint when money is involved. That is just something I don't do.
I agree.
Okay.
Without evidence. You need evidence.
Yeah.
If money is involved, you need evidence.
And even if, and yes, absolutely right. But not only just money, you're defaming people's character, which could lead to more money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's some pretty hard statements. And until I get some proof, I ain't gonna shit on homeboy. But if we find the fuck out, if we find out,
aha,
yeah. Don't let us find this shit out now. We gave you a pass, nigga. We gave you a whole pass. Do not let us find this shit out. It's true.
Okay, so before we go, we got to talk about the NBA's new rules. So the NBA Board of Governors approved rules to create tougher resting policy rules and curb load management issues. So the rules in a nutshell include no more than one star player is unavailable for the same game. Teams must ensure that star players are available for national TV and in-season tournament games. Teams must maintain a balance between the number of one-game absences for a star player in home games and road games. And so there's a couple more rules, but failure to do so will face punishments of up to $1 million in fines. So what are your thoughts on these new rules?
Let me go.
You got it, boy.
I don't agree with it. And I'm just going to let you know. If I pay my money to come see a game, I need you there. I paid my money to see this player. This player has to play. There's no one game rest. We're still paying them while they're resting. And that's not the purpose of the check. The check is you're paying for Paul's services. You're not there with basketball services, you shouldn't get the check. That's what I'm a firm believer of integrity in ethical business.
I agree with what you're saying 100%. What Adam Silver and the rest of the staff over there is trying to say is, look, we only giving them one. They might take 10, nigga. Like, they might take 10 games off.
Yeah.
So they're trying to give them one. My thing is this, though. With Stat just read, I'm glad you read it out because I seen it come across the ticker earlier when I was watching television. And I was like, okay, I got to do some more homework on it. But now that you explained it, this is real easy for players to get out of.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I'm like, if I'm Kawhi Leonard, if I'm Paul George, if I'm whoever who misses a lot of games, and no disrespect to you guys, I know you may have injuries or anything else. I'm like, I'm not a star player. You said I was a star player. I don't consider myself a star player. What is the contingency of a star player? That's what's going to happen. That's what you have to make contingent to see, okay, if you get paid this amount of money, are you a star player?
Yeah.
If you play this many minutes when you are healthy, what's a star player? Because if that's me, my argument is like, I don't think I'm a star player. I think I'm average.
Or it's like working at Red Lobster. You take off Thursday, I'll take off Friday.
Right. But I'm just saying if you want to, yeah, I agree. You play, I play. Yeah, I dig it.
He said not two players.
Right.
They did say no two players.
Right.
So not to cut you up, but to clarify real quick. So under the memo obtained by ESPN, a star player is defined by a player who has made the All-Star or All-NBA teams in any of the 3 previous seasons.
Well, what if you've been shit? Yo, what if I had a bad 3 year? All right. What if it's 2024 and I ain't played good since 2020? I'm not a star no more.
Yeah.
You know, you got niggas who only make the All-Star game once and then they turn to shit. So let me ask you this, and I ain't dissing because I fuck with this nigga. and it's been a minute since he made an All-Star game. let's say it's Derrick Rose.
I knew you was going to say that name.
Because he's been injured, and shit, if he did not get the injury, I believe he'd be one of the best athletic guards ever. Him and Brandon Roy, fucking tragic what happened to both of them. At least Derrick Rose got to continue to play. But what if Derrick Rose had a bad 3 seasons, and now he's really hurt, but you're penalizing him for missing games because he's really hurt but hasn't made the All-Star game in 4 years?
Then he get to sit out.
But he gets fined according to these rules. Yeah. Like, yo, what kind of shit is that? So I see what you're trying to do, Adam Silver, and I like it because you're trying to hold people accountable so that the fans, like Mase just said, get their money's worth. Yeah. But this shit got all type of loopholes in it.
Yeah. That's really my vantage point. If you're gonna hold them accountable, just hold them accountable. Don't give them pause any way to get out of being accountable. Just let it be said that this is how you're going to operate in Adam Silver's league.
Right. I also do think it might have the team pointing fingers at, their teammates, because I think the whole team gets fined. And so then other players might be calling another player out to be like, yo.
They get niggas
you
to snitch.
Out, like, we ain't doing That's what it seems like. That's what it's saying. Like the team.
Adam moving like the federales now.
Rico charge.
Yeah.
Now, if that's
it's going to be a clip of Rico.
Oh, yo, now if that's the case, if it's a everybody get fined situation, niggas
how many teams you think going to get a Rico? It definitely might be a Clipper Rico.
Clippers, definitely. Fucking Clippers.
A Maverick Rico.
Nah, Maverick, I think niggas want to play on the Maverick. Like right now, I think this is generally towards the Clippers and the Lakers.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, the
Clippers Rico.
And the Lakers and the Clippers, I think it's primarily towards them.
And what if players start snitching on other players on other teams?
Yeah,
is there a bonus? Is there a reward? Adam, you want to get this really going? Make a reward.
Yeah.
Niggas love a reward.
Niggas that had a first 48 in the NBA is crazy, my nigga.
So just to add real quick, so it's $100,000 for the first offenses, $250,000 for second offenses, and $1 million more than the previous penalty for each additional fine for the team.
Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. Let me show you something. I'm not going to use it. Let me show you.
This is like when you ask, what's your social security
No,
stuff?
Look. This how niggas start being in the practice. Niggas start being like this. Yo, what's up? You going out tonight?
That's a fact. Niggas say, ain't gonna look bad to me, nigga jumping around.
The lady walked up to me like this, how you doing today? Just shaking arms. I said, you recording me? Come on now.
That's a good point. I like that.
Adam, niggas love a reward. If you want them to tell her the truth, you got to put the reward out there. You will not be fined by sharing this information.
Hey, yo, make sure you make your picks at Underdog Fantasy. Hit the link in the description or use code CAM. They're going to double up what you put up. So if you put up $30, they're going to give you $60. If it's $60, they're going to give you $120, $100, that's $200. Make sure you go hit that link in my bio. Not only that, make sure you motherfuckers subscribe to the Is What It Is channel, man. And go get that Underdog Fantasy app. Holla.
On Thursday night, the Eagles just beat the Vikings, meaning the Vikings still have yet to win a game since the season started. What were your thoughts on the game?
Look, a lot of people, I was watching all day yesterday, and a lot of people was shitting on the Vikings, saying how last year they got beat bad by Philly, and everybody I looked at yesterday was picking Philly to win, which they won, but they were shitting on Kirk Cousins, saying that Kirk Cousins wasn't really going to play good. He didn't play good last year against the Eagles. And he had a fucking spectacular game. He had 4 touchdowns. Let me see. He threw for 364 yards. Justin Jefferson, he went crazy too. And I know we're talking about a losing team here, but I think they did really well considering how many people were shitting on them yesterday. Now, on the flip side of the coin, Jalen Hurts, it's 2 weeks in a row, my nigga. Like, you got paid, you know.
You got the money.
They telling you that nigga and all that. Now, it's 2 weeks in a row you haven't got 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but a win is a win. And shout out to the running back. What's the running back name, Buck? Yeah, DeAndre Swift. most rushing yards to Shady McCoy. Shady, what's up, boy? What's good, man? For Eagle, 175 yards. Big shout out to him. What you think about it, Murder?
I mean, they're not going to continue to win if they keep letting the quarterback get sacked. I mean, no matter how well they're playing, my sources is telling me. I know people, places.
Mase, they just won 2 games, though.
I know this, but they're not going to continue to win.
Okay.
If you don't protect the quarterback, They gave him the big money. They got to protect him at all costs.
That's true. Look, it's week 2. They made a big deal. I don't know, if the fucking networks, the NFL is working with all the other networks to push these games. And I'm not saying this isn't a dope game. I like both teams. But the way they was going crazy the last 2 days about this game is like, oh my God, Kirk Cousins last. Look, man, them niggas lost, as they should have. The Eagles won. And we'll move on to week 3 for both these teams next week. I mean, we're not going to sit and be 30, 40 minutes like they've been talking about this in 2 days. Y'all worrying about running out of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
We're not going to stretch. This is not the show for 28 days of the Minnesota against Philly.
Yeah, people are bugging out. People are DMing me, asking me to pray for the Vikings.
Did you?
I didn't.
What you got to say about it, Stat?
I mean, I think it's time. I mean, I know he got sacked 4 times, but I think it's time to start putting some more respect on Jalen Hurts' name because I think he could be in that top quarterback conversation. I think people are scared to put him there yet, but he's been doing pretty good. And if they do keep continuing to win, we got to start looking at it.
You from Florida, different. I want to respect you, but don't put him in that conversation.
Yeah.
I think it could be.
This is what I will say about Jalen Hurts. And I learned this, and I ain't going to put that on Stat.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm going to say, Murder, because you may not know this. The bitches, no, not Stat, like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Gabrielle Union. That's what I was
mad disrespectful to Dwayne Wade. The girls is fucking with Jalen Hurts. So now Stat talking about they maybe need to put some respect on niggas' name. And maybe she may, I don't even think it's about quarterback play. Maybe I ain't going to do that to little sis, but Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, she jumped out the window. Jumped out the window.
The disrespect.
The disrespect continues. This that red table talk right here.
Yo, man, how does Gabrielle Union married to Dwayne Wade? And listen, no disrespect to Dwayne Wade, but god damn, don't listen. Keep that shit in your girls' convoy. And listen, there's no way that. You're not going to think somebody's cute if you're married or whatever. And I'm not saying you're going to go cheat with them. But keep that. I'm a public figure. You're a public figure. Keep that shit in the house among your friend on the group text and the DMs and all that. Don't be going public talking about Jalen Hurts look good and you married.
Yeah, if a guy does that,
to another athlete.
If a guy does that about another actress,
then
it's like, why are you showing her that attention?
Word to mother.
Right?
Word to mother.
Come on, Stat.
Word to mother. Yo, if Dwayne Wade
start liking pictures.
Yeah, talking about I miss the old Holly. or
when what's her name? ISSA. How you say her name?
Antonio Brown follow.
Issa.
Oh, Issa.
Yeah, if he just put on a picture, Issa vibe.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Everybody how you gonna do that to
To a black queen.
Yeah.
To a black Nubian queen.
That's a fact, man. So I think Jalen Hurts is a great player. I think he's
shout out to the whole Philly.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Philly. He had 2 mediocre games, but Stat, putting respect on his name. We in a game by game, year by year profession. And right now, he gotta do a little more to put some respect on his name for this season at least.
That was crazy.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
No.
As the season.
What was
crazy?
What was crazy?
I can't say it.
I'm giving you permission to say what.
He has to do a little bit more.
You reaching, bro. You reaching. You're going to start losing points. You're going to start deducting points. Is that reaching, Judge? Thank you.
Bob, you're biased. Bob, you're biased. I never seen you go against Cam ever.
Fam, me and him just had an argument the other day. He told his son go long and some crazy shit, and I was like, yo, you violating. You raising the kids wrong. I told him so. And everybody's subject. Everybody's subject to violation. I think you reaching, bro.
Okay. If you're watching this, maybe you guys can chime in right now. Let's put the poll up and tell us, pause.
That's right.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens as this season continues. As always, thanks for tuning in today's episode, and we'll see y'all next time.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.